I just pissed and it was like a scene from Carrie. How is there that much blood in just one girl? Just one 21-year-old teenage girl. It's insane. Good morning. It actually is a pretty good morning. Good morning. Well, boom, boom, boom. You guys, sad news today. I'm very heavily on my period. Rock on with your cock on, mate. I've also lost one of my tops that I got, like, last week. I genuinely cannot find it anywhere. Maybe I put it in my pajama drawer by accident. That's so me. Where are you? I can't find it. Anyway, hello fuckers. You guys, like I just said, I'm very, very heavily on my period as of right now, which makes sense because last weekend, I was crippled with anxiety. And like, here's the thing, right? Normally, let me just get my insertion on. Done. Normally I don't get anxious, I just get sad in my day-to-day life. But I was so anxious. I was so anxious over the weekend, like bad as, like really, really bad. Like, look how nice these pants are. Sorry to get distracted, but like, they're red, so they would go with the blood that's seeping out of me slowly. But alas, not a nice pair of pants when I'm bleeding. Anyway, so distracted so easily. I don't know what the weather's like today either. Fuck me, I can't even stay on track. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't get anxious anymore. I just get, well, I get anxious sometimes. Like, I get nervous. I don't get nervous, but I do get nervous, but I don't get as anxious as I used to get. Sorry, just flashed you, but I would have definitely cut that out because hello. I don't get as anxious as I ever used to get until this weekend, where I felt anxiety like I've never felt it before. I was like waking up every day for 2 days in a row and I felt so sick. I just felt so ill and it was just fucking awful. I just felt disgusting, basically. I don't even know how to describe it to you. I just felt so grimo, like grimo mode. I just did not grimace shake. That's how I felt, like the grimace shake. Sorry to be mean about the grimace shake, but I don't know. Anyway, today I don't know, I was so anxious over the weekend and then I went to work on Tuesday. So I was really anxious on a little bit on Saturday, but mainly Sunday and Monday. So we're quite late into the weekend. We're an early week at this point and I'm thinking, fuck this, I'm gonna have the worst week if I'm really anxious. Then I went to work on Tuesday and I realised it's my period. And it always is my fucking period because as you all know, I go fucking sicko mode before my period. But I've been taking these tablets, they're not even tablets, they're just vitamins, like cranberry extract and like Agnus castans. I can't remember the full proper name of it, but basically I've been taking these tablets and I do think they somewhat have helped because prior to taking these, my before in my period, like just before I got it, was fucking dreadful. Like I wanted to kill myself for 2 weeks straight for like 4 months in a row. Lol. So take my pills with me. That was fucking awful. Anyway, hello, welcome back, or welcome to whatever this is. I thought I would do a day in the life today. This is vlog 150 as well. I fucking just remembered. Happy vlog 150. Yeah, well, boom, boom, boom. You guys, whoever thought we'd get here? Not me. Not me, because have you seen me? I'm not the most, well, consistent person in the world, but, you know, maybe I did think we'd get here because, you know, fucking love the vlogs, man. Stop doing that. Love the vlogs. Once you start, you cannot stop. So, yeah, fucking happy vlog 150. Well, I need, I don't know what trousers to wear. What is the weather like? I need to hurry up and get ready. Basically, oh, it's only 20. It's not as sunny today. Maybe this top is a bit revealing. No, it's not. I know when a top is revealing. This isn't it. Anyway, as I was saying, happy vlog 150. Today, I just thought I'd do a day in the life. Let's see if you really trap. And what am I doing today? Therapy. Bum, bum, bum. He said, well. Okay, I might just wear these jeans. Jeans aren't like the most comfortable thing to go to therapy in, but yeah. I have therapy at 10. The time is currently 20 to 9 and I have to leave here at like, I'd say 9:30 because last time on my first ever session of therapy I was fucking late. But she's a great therapist because she went, oh, don't worry, it's all right, don't stress, and I didn't, so I'd say I'm healed. She is smashing at her job. But yeah, I have therapy. I'm very heavily on my period, so it's still sort of like a day in the life therapy period edition. I might watch a film today. I was thinking maybe, oh, the fleep. Maybe I'll watch Twilight because I've never watched Twilight before. I know, illegal, right? But I haven't. So anyway, I'm gonna get ready because I do need to go to therapy. Rock on with your fucking cock on, mate. Transition. Woo! I'm running late. Ah! You guys, so zoomed in. So zoomed in. Just had therapy. 3 words, lit, crazy movie, and I didn't cry. I've grown so much. It was really nice though. I felt quite good this week, so it was like nice just to chat about like anything, even like small things. I started off the week really anxious, but that was because I was meant to start my period. So I was like super anxious on Sunday and Monday. So I was just chatting about that, but oh my god, I just love therapy. It's so gorgina. Like, anyway, now I think I'm gonna go get a cockero. I'll buy myself a little treat at like any given moment, but after therapy especially, you just need to quickly go change my tampon. Bear with. Good morning, and by that I mean happy 20 to 5 in the evening. Girls, it is seething hot out there. It's boiling. I'm at Burger King right now. Okay, here's the thing, right? I didn't post a vlog last week. Sorry. Let me tell you why. I don't really know. I've taken my nails off as well, so I feel disgusting. I feel fucking vile. I didn't post a vlog last week. I was gonna say I'm busy, but as soon as anyone asks me, oh, what have you been up to? Mind blank. There's nothing there. Fresh slate, clean, nothing, zilch. So I couldn't tell you what I was up to last week. I had a bit of a... Last time I spoke to you was when I just did therapy, and I was on my period. Period, gone. Therapy, done. Back to therapy tomorrow, actually. 3rd session. Up the boys. Sorry, I'm right by like a busy roundabout, so there might be background noise, but it adds to the ambiance, don't you think? Let the light in. I got a vegan royale. $2.99 on the app, right? The offer is a $2.99 vegan royale. Cool. Then she went, it's £3 now. I said, mate, cost of living, you can't avoid it. You really can't. But basically, it's vlog 150, right? And I was like, oh, I'm gonna do something good. I'm gonna get a tattoo. No. Yeah, I'm broke. I have no money. I have £3, which just paid for that fucking vegan royale. Enterprise rent-a-car. Be careful, because you'll be renting yourself a little lawsuit if you bump into this hot piece of ass. Anyway, I thought, you know, with these vlogs, expect the worst, get the worst. So why not do a Q&A? It's fun, it's healthy, it's brand new, it's never been done before. Me when I'm a compulsive liar. But why not? Do you know what I mean? So I'm sat here in Burger King, ready to answer some Q's, because you've got Q's and I most certainly have A's. Don't take that out of context. I've just been at my friend's house. We were doing like a little photo shoot, because like if you're feeling down in the dumps, put a bit of slap on, take a few pictures, you'll feel notoriously better. But what is that Ford KA doing? Someone has fucking driven into the brick wall here. It is insane. Anyway, I thought let's do a Q&A because it's fun. And like if you've joined recently, within the last 50 vlogs, within the last 100 vlogs, within the last 150 vlogs, you could get to know me. It's nice. So yeah. Who are you? Okay, let's go. Every time I go to read out a question, I give myself the ick. So please don't mind that. Someone said, what's your favorite thing about doing YouTube? I don't know. Great answer. Next question. No, I don't know, maybe, I'm really not sure. I love editing. I've always loved editing. I've always loved anything to do with like editing, believe it or fucking not. Ripley's, believe it or not. I like just being able to make videos that I can look back on. Like I love watching my old vlogs back. I know that sounds so self-obsessed, but I genuinely do watch my own videos back and I'm like, shit me, you're hilarious. But like, it's just such a nice memory to have. Like I can always go back and be like, aw, I was so depressed then. Dumb things never change. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's nice to have it as like a sort of a video scrapbook. It's also just, I just enjoy making videos. Have anyone ever noticed how weird other people are? Just to quickly put that out there. I love making videos. I love connecting with people. I'm a bit of a connector. I'm not very good at that. You know who is? Beyonce. What is she? A Virgo. What am I? A Virgo. Less than a month to my birthday, guys. Who's excited? Also the fact that it was like a way, I'm sorry, there's probably gonna be so much noise. That's not gonna help. I am gonna boil. It's a risk we'll have to take. I think as well, being able to openly talk about how I've been feeling and have other people like reciprocate. Shut up! I hate cars and people and everything else. God, boy. Being able to make stuff and talk about how I feel and then other people be like, oh my god, that's crazy, I feel the exact same way, and like connect. No one likes you and you're a virgin. Sorry. Me when I look in the mirror, but neither of those things are true. Being able to just like talk about how I feel and it be so like accepted, and people are so like open to talking about it and listening and just being, I don't know, finding people that are like-minded and also are going through the same thing. It's really nice, like connecting with people. I don't know, I love all of it. Everything about it I love. Last week I didn't even take a week off. I was just so lazy. I felt guilty, but not because I was like, oh, you're an idiot, but because it's like I enjoy it, so it was like depriving myself of something I enjoy. I don't know, I just really love making videos. There's definitely someone watching me right now. I'm obsessed with doing this at the moment and it makes me feel physically ill. I don't know, I just love it. I couldn't even tell ya. I couldn't. I've also got a lot of back sweat right now. Dream brand to work with, Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper, Crocs. Who else is a brand? Dr. Pepper is like the first one that springs to mind. But there's like any brand that I use on a day-to-day like basis would be like a dream brand to work with. I would say the first one that springs to mind is Dr. Pepper because hello, why wouldn't it be? Do you have a baby names list? Yes, I do. And here's the thing, right? Everyone I tell the names of like that, what? Everyone I tell baby names to, like the names I like, they just shit. They just take a fat number 2 all over them. No one likes the baby names I like, which first of all for me is good because I don't want my kid to have the same name as every other fucker. But like, second of all, when? Like, do you know what I mean? When people are like, oh, I don't like that name. Cool, you're not pushing out of your vag, are you? So you're not naming it. To be fair, I do that all the time, but it's because people will be like, oh my god, I love the name. Let's go for a really generic name. But they'll just say to you like the most, like, not to be that twat, but like I really do like unusual names, old-fashioned names, you know, and then people be like, oh, I love the name, and it'll just be like the most common name of 2023, and I'm like, oh, I don't really like that name. So I'm a bit guilty of doing that, but I guess you could kind of say I'm not like other girls. Can't take me anywhere. No, I don't know. I do have a baby names list. Everyone hates on them though, but guess what? If you ain't pushing it out of your vag, you ain't naming it. If it's coming out of my cervix, I'll be naming that little fucker. The only way someone could name it is if they gave me like 100 grand, and even then I'd probably just take the 100 grand and change its name. Sneaky! I'm kind of sneaky. I don't know. But yeah, I like names that I like. I'm always very conscious of telling people my baby names as well because I'm very paranoid that someone's going to take them. But like, if I'm going to have kids, I really want daughters. I want girls, okay? I grew up with 2 brothers, which is great. Not shitting on them. I won't number 2 on them. That would be weird. But I was desperate for a sister growing up. Kind of glad I don't have one now because like I'm 22, so like why would I want another sibling right now? I kind of weird if there was a 22-year age gap between me and a new sibling, but like I'd love girls as well just because I prefer girls' names. Oh, sorry. If I did have a daughter, I'd call her Stevie after my dad, because my dad, big fat legend. Stevie would be like my top choice of a girl's name. For a boy, haven't even thought about it. I also like the name Ruby. I like the name Constance. No one likes that name. I like the name Myra. That was my nan's, well, my great nana's name. I like the name fuck, I've said that. I like the name Blanche. I like a lot of like more old-fashioned names. Say what you want, mate. Say what you want. Wait till you see the little stunner I'm gonna push out of here. And I'm not talking about my stunning vagina. Stunning child. If and when. Would you ever make Raffers Rats t-shirts or other merch? Because I would 100% purchase. I will! I'm always in the works, but the thing is like, I'm a one-woman show. I'm not managed by anyone. I don't have anything. I have nothing left. I don't have anyone like managing my shit for me. So everything I do just sort of like, I do on my own time and like out of my own money. And like I said, I'm broke. So when I have some more money, I will invest into merch because I don't want to make shit merch. I don't want to just start off by making shit merch. I would only make stuff that I myself would wear or use. I was just going to make tops that say I love Maisie Fuller and give them to everyone in my life. Even my haters. Piss on them. Sorry, but yeah, merch is in the works. You just got to bear with me. As you can you can tell that I haven't got my shit together, but I'm trying. I'm getting there, so we'll see. Fingers crossed. What is your dream job? Love you. Love you too. Love you bloody too. My dream job is this. to do this full time, not to be some fucking influencer and tell everyone to go on a diet and do teeth whitening strips, but to like make videos and make money from them. So that would just be because, and it's not because like anyone that I used to tell that to like back in daddy in like 2019 would be like, oh, so you're just like desperate for money, and I was like, well yes, so is everyone. But it's not because of like the monetary value that YouTube has behind it, it's because of how happy it makes me. Like if I did this full time, ooh, I think the serotonin would be pretty high. But yeah, that is my dream job. Obviously the job I work right now is just a barista job, but I really enjoyed that, and the fact that I can do this at the same time is fantastic. But yeah, this and the podcast, that would be. Any more merch ideas in the works? Yes! I currently have like my little knitted wrap sale, got a tote bag left, and the stickers, which if you ever wondered, I do sell merch and it's always linked down below in the description box. But I have like, I want to do t-shirts. My dream would be to do like tracksuits, because everyone knows how I feel about a tracksuit. The fit of my Minion jumper, the feel and the fit of that with my own design, oh yeah, shit would slap. So I have a lot of ideas, but I cannot draw and I'm a one-woman show, so those are the only two things holding me back. Once I can find someone to draw for me and get better with money, it's over for everyone. The merch game will pop off, and that's a guarantee. What advice would you give your younger self / the younger generation? Stop caring so much about what other people think of you. It does not matter. We all die. One day we're all going to be in the ground, so who cares if no one likes you? Do you know what I mean? I used to care so much what people thought of me. You might not even be in the ground, you might be burned. So, you know, I used to care so much what people think of me, and the minute I started letting stuff go is the minute stuff started getting better. Also, this is a bit of a new one for me, but I've learned this recently. The longer you hold on to the bad things in your life, the longer it will take for you to appreciate the good things. You cannot be happy until you let some stuff go. I've learned that recently. Anger that I've had for fucking years, trauma, a frustration, upset, the more I held on to it, the more suffocating it became, and I was just so unhappy. And now I'm in therapy, I've let so much stuff go, I've started really like working through like things that are up dog, sorry, and I feel so much better like within myself and within everything around me, and it's fantastic. So I think letting things go and not just being a little bit kinder to yourself, really my best advice. I'd probably tell myself like, stop being so horrible to yourself, because you're all you've got at the end of the day, so why bully yourself relentlessly? You're just making it 10 times harder to live, you know? Everyone likes an easy way out, everyone likes a shortcut. Being nice to yourself is both of those things, so do it. Where did Mash and Banjeet's name come from? Best names ever. Okay, if you don't know, I've got two dogs, one called Banjo and one called Mash. They're tattooed on me. Mash's name, spoiler alert, isn't actually Mash. His birth name is Bugsy from the film Bugsy Malone, because our old dog was called Blousey from the same film, Bugsy Malone. So Mash is called Bugsy. Bug, Oogle Boogle, Buggy, the Oogle Boogle Buggy Boy, Bugalina, Bug, Mike and Ike. His name is Bugsy, but he's basically, both of them are golden retrievers, right? And they are both white. They are not golden in the slightest. So one day I looked at him and I was like, he looks like a dollop of mash. And my mum was like, preach. He does. And this was when he was a puppy, and I was like, oh, Mashy, and now it's stuck like that. And even at the vets, in his notes, it will say Bugsy Fuller, but in one of these brackets it says Mash, and everyone knows him as Mash. I never call him Bugsy unless he's being naughty, and my mum only calls him Bugsy when she's like calling him back, because that is like technically his name, but he responds to both. So Mash just from him looking like Mash and me being a creative genius. Banjeet is called Banjo, and that's just because my mum wanted another name beginning with a B. It was between Banjo and I think Baby, and I'm so glad we didn't go for Baby, because that would have made me vomit every time I said it. So it was Banjo, and then one day I was like, oh, Banjeet, because of course I was the one that thought of it. I'm always the one with the good idea, and that stuck too. And now we call him Banjeet, Banjeety. Sometimes it's just Jeet, sometimes it's Jeets. Them dogs have about 11,000 different names, and my favourite thing is the fact that they respond to all of them. My boys! Switching the position for you! Guys, change of scenery, guess where I am? Hi! I'm home now. The car, ooh, it was sweltering. It was so warm in there, I just couldn't do it. So when I last spoke to you, I turned the camera off. I scoffed that vegan royale, which wasn't even that nice. Lol, that's what I get for spending £3. And I drove home, which is where we are now. I've just been sat watching TikToks for about an hour. hour, maybe longer. Yeah, I'd say about an hour. However long it's been too long. But let me finish answering these questions. I posted on Instagram because I took like a week hiatus, which is huge for me. You know, people that post on Instagram like once every like 2 years? That's like me not posting for a week. Said no at search party. SOS. Banger. Jonas Brothers SOS. Ooh, this is an SOS. Don't want to second guess. I am. Okay. If you could have any pet right now, what would it be? Maybe a horse. I know that sounds insane, but obviously I used to have a horse. If you didn't know, I used to have a horse. His name was Star. That tattoo there that says Dibden Misty Star, that's his like full show name. But if you tell that to people, they think you're mentally ill, and I think everything else already gives off that impression. So I'm like, oh yeah, it's like a family crest when I lie. But I'd probably have a horse. I really do miss horse riding. But if you ever had a horse, if you've ever been in the equine industry, if you will, it's fucking hard work. It's hard work. But I guess like if I could just be careless and be like, yeah, I'd have a horse. I'd have a horse. If not, I'd have a chinchilla. I used to have chinchillas as well. This house used to be like a fucking petting zoo. I'm telling you that much for sure. But chinchillas are probably the cutest rodent. Don't get me wrong, I love rats, but they also kind of freak me out, which is how I describe myself. I love me, but I also freak me out. Freaking the sheets. Anyway, what's your go-to bubble tea order? This has never changed ever since I started drinking bubble tea, which was about a year ago, just over a year ago. Happy 1 year anniversary to me and my love of Mubu. Large mango fruit tea, 25 ice, 25 sweet, passion fruit popping balls. If they don't have any of those components, I'm not getting one. If you think I'm going near tapioca or aloe vera, you need to be checked up there. There's no fucking way. Any more tattoos planned? I have like a huge list on my phone of tattoos that I want. The only thing is money. Okay, if I had like infinite money glitch, I would just get tattoos all the time. But fun fact, I don't have infinite money, so we're just sort of doing what we can. I am trying to, my goal at the moment is to fill up my arm of like all the little places that I have dotted around that is empty, and I have like a list. So maybe when I get a bit of money, I'll do like a day session with Annabelle, who, if you don't know, Annabelle's my friend and my personal tattoo artist. She only tattoos me when I lie. But like a few ideas I have is a lucky cat. I've wanted a lucky cat tattoo for ages. I want to get another something to do with a rat. You know me, keep it in the family. Joking. A fairy. I want to get a fairy here really badly. That's like probably my most wanted one, along with the lucky cat. I want to get a trolley. Don't ask. Just like the look of it. I want to get a bow on my neck. I have other ones, but they're just like little ones, and also I will probably get a lot of like flash, so I'll probably get a few of them to like fill up some spaces on my arm and then start working on the rest of my bod. Now I have like a big piece. If you didn't know, I have a big tattoo on my leg, and by big I mean it's fucking wham. It's huge. Wham, bam, shamalat. It's a pretty wham tattoo, so now I feel more confident getting more things on my legs. Not that I wasn't confident doing it in the first place, but because my legs are quite bare, I was quite like reluctant to move on to my legs, but I do want to finish my arms first. So, and I also have a few spots that I want to fill up on my stomach, but if you've ever had a stomach tattoo, you could probably understand why I'm a bit reluctant to do that. Wowza. Let's see. Favorite Amy Winehouse song? My favorite Amy Winehouse song is probably Tears Dry, the original version. Not Tears Dry on their own, it's just Tears Dry. It's from her album Lioness Hidden Treasures. If you think Tears Dry on their own is a great song, you're like, oh, little breakup bop, listen to the original version. You'll cry yourself to sleep. It's so good. But I also really like Wake Up Alone. And I'll wake up alone. Hooray! Forgot I could sing. What's your favourite tattoo of yours? Love from New Zealand. Love you from humble Surrey, and by humble I mean the worst place on earth. My favourite tattoo, I literally couldn't choose, because I need to remember this is just a hypothetical question, but when people are like, if you could only keep 5 tattoos, I'm like, I'd rather die than answer that, because I could not just choose 5. I love the woman on my stomach. Like, I love her a lot. Don't get excited. She's one of my favourites, and mainly because I feel like as a woman, as a girl, growing up I had a really complex relationship with my stomach, whereas now I have tattoos on it, I like it a lot more, and I'm a lot more like comfortable with it. So I really like that one. I like all my stomach tattoos, and I love my tramp stamp. That's one of like my favourite tattoos. You know, low radar, on the sly, one of my favourites. Love it. I really admire your confidence. Any tips you can give me to be more confident? Thank you. I hate this phrase, okay? I hate the phrase fake it till you make it, but whoever thought of it, they had a point. A lot of the time, I'm not as confident as I come across or as I seem. It is just fake. Just me trying to be, because it was like a coping mechanism, especially in school. I would just pretend to be really confident even though I wasn't, and it really helped because then it was like this fake confidence that was warping into like real-time confidence. But I'd also say just like letting yourself fuck up, letting yourself do things wrong, letting yourself live, letting yourself make a mistake is a great way to be more confident, because it's like your expectations of yourself are lowered, which means that you're not going to care as much as what other people think, because the highest expectation you live up to is yours and your mum's, which, well, I find anyway, like that's the expectations I'm trying to live up to, my own expectation of myself and my mum's expectation of me. So if you lower your expectations for yourself, they'll naturally lower for everyone around you as well, which means that you can do things more unapologetically. Also, learning to not give a fuck what people think. This was like my advice to my younger self earlier, but this is actually like the best thing you can do, is just not giving a shit. Caring less in the long run will get you more. Sometimes I fuck up and I do things and I think, why did I do that? Why did I say that? Why did I react that way? But then I'm just like, you know what? This is my first time ever being alive, my first and last time being alive. I can only do so much. Like, every day is new for me. Every interaction I have is a new interaction. So why am I beating myself up about not doing it right? This is the first time I've ever lived. The same way it's like, you can't get that mad at your parents. Well, depends on the situation. But like, I saw this quote being like, I'm so angry at my mum, and then I realised it's her first time doing this as well. And it's such a good, like, quote to put things into perspective, if that makes sense. Basically, just the care less, that's what I'd say. And remember that no one has it figured out, no one is 100% all the time, and everyone's got their own shit going on. So the more you focus on yourself, the less you'll care about what others think and say about you, and the more confident you can be. And like, I also just think I want to look back at my life and be like, fuck, I did the best I could and I just was myself unapologetically, and that helps me like bring out my inner confidence. And also sometimes I'm just like, Maze, you're hot shit. You're shit, but you're hot. That helps as well, so hopefully that helped. It might not have, sorry if it didn't. Yeah. I've had a few people ask, how are you doing? How are you doing? Like, actually, I am so proud of you, Maze. First of all, don't make me cry. Second of all, thank you. And third of all, I'm actually doing very well, which is shocking. I know normally I'm on here and I'm like, hey, so what would happen if I killed myself? But I'm doing really well at the moment. Like, I'm genuinely really happy, which is not like, put a finger down if you thought those words were going to come out my mouth. What? Put a finger down if you thought those words were going to come out my mouth. Not even one finger went down. I'm doing really well. Therapy, going back to therapy was the best decision that I could have made. I feel so much more validated within myself. I feel like I'm really letting stuff go, learning to just be more forgiving towards myself. You know, I'm having summer this year hasn't really popped off, but that's because of the weather. But I've still had like quite a nurturing, like healing summer, if you will, like just letting myself live, not getting pissed off at myself. Like, the main thing is letting stuff go, especially in regards to like my last relationship, my abusive one. I mean by that, I went from a few years ago. I've been like really focusing on letting go about like feelings around that in therapy, and it's like fucking, it's worked wonders, you guys. I should have started to like, I literally should have listened to Elsa when she first said let it go, because she was onto something. I feel really good. I'm really happy. Work is good, YouTube's good, family's good, friends are good. You know, every aspect of my life at the moment, there's nothing like that I'm dwelling on that negatively. Like, obviously every day is different and every day is like, take each day as it comes. But you know what I'll never do? I'll never go with the flow. The next person that tells me to go with the flow, they'll be flowing down the fucking river. I hate that. I hate that shit. If there's one thing I'm going with, it's not the fucking flow. Stop telling me to go with the flow. But I guess I'm low-key going with the flow. I just hate that expression. I think that's probably my least favourite expression ever, is go with the flow. No! Who's flow and why am I going with them? Fuck off. Anyway, sorry. I'm actually doing really well. Thank you very, very much for asking. I'm doing well. I'm feeling good. My birthday next month, I'm turning 22. And every birthday I just think to myself, you didn't plan on living past 18, and each birthday you're another year past 18 and you're still here. And you know what, I never used to compliment myself, but I'm a fucking strong person, very resilient, very proud of myself. Well done you, Maze. Any advice for failing school? I just failed all my exams. Okay, not to be Jeremy Clarkson, but school literally does not matter. I hated school. I didn't do that great in my GCSEs. I passed everything, but nothing like crazy. I went to college. I dropped an A-level 2 years, what? 2 weeks before lockdown started. So I only got 2 A-levels, and then I went to uni through clearing, and I dropped out 3 months later. I am the happiest I have been in years. I have no fucking degree behind me. I work a part-time job as a barista, and I make shitty vlogs for a small amount of people to watch, and I haven't been happier. I've never, and I have, yeah, what? And I haven't been happier. This is the happiest I've been in years. So genuinely, I know it's a shit thing to hear, everything happens for a reason, but you know what, there's only so much you can do. Everyone makes school feel like the be all or end all. Guess what, it's not. It's not. You can do things without school and exams. Please do not worry, especially if they are GCSEs as well. Please do not worry. GCSEs are fucking pointless, useless, and I hate them. You will be okay. There are going to be jobs out there that you can go into without a shit ton of degrees and qualifications, because guess what, they're all BS at the end of the day, and the government should care more about people's mental health than if they fucking pass English and maths, okay? How to stop relying on male validation from mid as fuck boys. Okay, first of all, real. Second of all, so real. Third of all, you were so real for that. I'm telling you now, the minute you start focusing on yourself, they'll come back into your life, okay? Let me give you an example. About 3 weeks ago, I had a bit of a canon event, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna focus on myself and go with the flow, see what happens, okay? The minute I start focusing on myself, stop posting for people's attention, stop trying to message people, stop going on dating apps, all that shit. People were swarming to me. I mean it, like bees to a fucking beehive. There was like six guys that like I've either spoken to in the past, slept with before, been on a date with. Do you want to meet up? How have you been? You look good. Da, 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 da. The minute you start focusing on yourself, the minute they'll come back to you, and you'll realise that it means nothing. Nothing means more in this world than validating yourself. You do not need a guy to tell you that you're like worthy or you're good enough, okay? I know it feels good because I'm guilty of it. Sometimes I'll post something and be like, fuck, I hope he sees it and he likes it. But you know what, like, if he doesn't, his law. I know it's so much easier to hear, and if I had someone say this, I'd probably want to punch them in the face. And if you want to punch me in the face, that's totally valid. I want to punch me in the face too. Someone else